Let's analyze the two lock sets that we're discussing in this video. And first of all, you want to install a Bobrick keyed cylinder into an ASI part number 04823. So let's first look at the ASI L-001 lock that would come with the 04083. That's what it looks like. First comparison is that the tailpiece has an offset in it. You can see that. Let's get some dimensional properties. It's an incredibly slight offset. The dimension from the inside face, I need to use a tape measure. The inside head of the cylinder to the offset portion of the cam is going to be right at 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Length of the tailpiece, so 3/8. Length of the tailpiece to the center line looks like it's about 7/8 or 15/16 of an inch. So 3/8 and 15/16. Okay. Let's look at the Bobrick lock, which is the B-352-100. It's going to look very similar. You can instantly tell, well, maybe not instantly, but you can tell that it does not have an offset on the cam. You might be able to determine that the length of the body is also longer. The important part is going to be that 3/8 dimension. Underside of the head to where the inside of the cam is. And you can tell that this is going to be pushing, and it's going to be close to 7/16. So for sure, this is going to be a 1/16 of an inch greater. Now, what could you do? Well, I suppose you could maybe manipulate the back side of this tailpiece ever so gingerly so as not to damage anything. Maybe tip it forward slightly. What you also might consider doing is using a washer. You'd have to play with a fender washer to see how it would look underneath the head. You'd have to get one down and over and in to make that work. However, you might be able to have a vise and possibly manipulate that tailpiece ever so slightly to skew it in. The problem is you don't have any sort of a handhold, and you don't want to put a lot of pressure on this whatsoever, any at all, actually. So that might be, oh, you know what would be a great idea? You could get yourself an incredibly small screw, drill a hole through the cam itself, and put a nut on the backside just to eat up that distance. Maybe a number 4 machine screw with a whatever the thread type is for a number 4 machine screw. You could get that in a tiny little nut. That might solve the problem elegantly. You also see this concept when you're dealing with custom cam locks from, and for that matter, you could probably just buy cam locks from CompX. They will have a hole drilled in the cam itself where you can insert a plastic pad that will eat up the distance from the inside of the tailpiece, or the inside of the tailpiece to the inside of the door. You could try that as well. I'd be really hesitant to try to bend this at all because this is not going to be meant to be bent, and you really can't get something on there and then bend the outside. You might be able to put the end of that into a vise and tap it to keep that bent a little bit. Now, these are not great ideas, but that screw head might work for you. The reason they're not great ideas is because these manufacturers don't want you buying these Bobricks of the world, don't want you buying ASI and then putting their locks into them. That's why these locks are going to be unique, and vice versa. That's how it's really going to happen. They don't want you to cross-contaminate items. However, I have a long-standing relationship with ASI, one that's been mutually beneficial for us for years. And if I can help promote their product and allow you to have the need that you have to continue using a different key system that already exists in the building, I'd be more than thrilled to help you with that. So hopefully of all this, you can glean some sort of solution out of. Thank you.